All right, welcome back. So Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua keep this lie up that there is some possibility that they're going to have a fight with one another, while Deontay Wilder in reality stays in control of the dispute resolution process that will hamstring, I am sure, any type of matchup that those guys are going to try to pull off over there in the UK. But let's talk about why I insist that that is the case in this video. All right, welcome back, welcome back. So, the heavyweight division, it is supposed to be the pinnacle of all sports competition. The heavyweight champion of the world is the baddest man on the planet, without a doubt. Can't nobody touch him. Doesn't matter what the sport is, doesn't matter what area in life or human activity it is. If he's the heavyweight champion of the world, he is supposed to be the man. Unfortunately, we live in a world where people ain't interested in the truth. They're interested in a bunch of nonsense. So, into the nonsense we go. And the number one nonsensical dude, Tyson Fury, a guy who got caught cheating red-handed. All kind of red dripping off of his fingertips walking out of the place. Clearly having skin gloves, clearly having cheated Deontay Wilder in an attempt to skip up out of town with the championship belt that belongs to Deontay Wilder. And in my opinion, still belongs to Deontay Wilder. I insist that Tyson Fury be banned from the sport for life. Unfortunately, big money is to be earned by Deontay Wilder. Big money is to be earned by Anthony Joshua. And it seems by necessity that big money is to be made by Tyson Fury, MTK Global, and those guys over there who I'm not the biggest fans of, because they keep talking as if this fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury is going to happen. Matter of fact, Bob Arum is out there saying just ludicrousness that he was going to be getting the initial contracts. They were going to begin the initial conversations within 3 days. For the fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. How is that possible when you're still under a gag order by a court and do believe in New York City, to saying that you have to mediate, you have to try to find a way to make this fight with Deontay Wilder? How they continue to keep this headline in the newspapers or whatever you want to call it, I have a clue, but I really do believe that it should stop. And because the more people start talking about reality and leave that nonsense alone, the quicker we're able to actually build things, that we're actually able to accomplish something in the sport of boxing, which is to get the real respect that is deserved by the heavyweight champion of the world. And we don't have that. What we have is a series of cheats, a series of just nonsense for years now, decades now, ever since somebody decided that it was the end of the Black American champion and we were going to start pushing the Eastern European fighter no matter what, right? Change the rules, change the way that the actual fight in the ring is refereed, so that you could give advantages and privileges to people that just happen to be born taller, right? Not necessarily any thicker, not any more talented, right? But just taller. Just being able to use your height over the top of somebody to lean on their back against the rules of boxing. That's what the heavyweight division is, and Tyson Fury is the perfect example of it. It is completely and utterly phony. He is completely and utterly phony. 6'9", 300 pounds, and couldn't punch his way out of a brown paper bag. All of a sudden, gets his eye gashed 6 inches over his left eye. 6 inches over his left eye. Blood dripping all down the guy's shoulder. If he was anybody other than the Gypsy King, that fight would have been called off. And the trilogy fight may not even been in consideration. So what happened? Tyson Fury fights Deontay Wilder and gets knocked out in the 12th round. Knocked out. Definitely unconscious. Eyes closed, hit the ground, was not awake. That should have been the fight right there, but that's one time that they just skipped that rule. Never mind. And then in the second, lets the count skip by. Doesn't pick up the count. And then in third thing, in the same motion, this referee doesn't even wipe his hands off, has to know that those gloves are not on that man's hand. And a grand cover-up. It's been going on ever since to try to keep that man's name up there so that they can get the glory of the heavyweight division for the UK boxing community. The UK boxing community. That is what that championship that they would be fighting would be for. The UK heavyweight title. Might as well be the Commonwealth belt. When you have a guy like Tyson Fury that you know has cheated and served a 2-year suspension, should have been 4, could still be 4. If the testimony of Martin Carefoot is taken into consideration, or the recanting of the testimony of Martin Carefoot is taken into consideration by the British Boxing Board of Control. But I think it is too much to ask of them, right? Especially when Tyson Fury is supposed to be fighting in the United States. Where exactly is he supposed to be fighting Anthony Joshua? This Anthony Joshua that was such a hero to everybody in the UK, but has not fought there. When's the last time he fought there? Oh, I guess he did just fight his last fight there. But it had been almost 3 years before that since he had stepped into a ring in the UK. And I can't see this fight between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury happening in the UK either. It's going to happen in the United States because that's where the money is. That's where the influence is. That's where the people that pull the strings for real in boxing live. Whether it be in Vegas or whether it be in Texas, that's where that fight is going to be. The fight's not going to be overseas. It's not going to be in Dubai or somewhere like that. Why would they do it? Who's going to compete for it? The UK doesn't have any. There's nothing that they can do to raise the price up or to get them to pay a price $200 million for that fight. Why? When there's no other competitors for it. You're going to need to come to Texas. You're going to need to be able to come to the United States. And that's not going to happen because, like I said, Deontay Wilder is in control of the dispute resolution process. Now, what I will say that I do have a criticism for Deontay Wilder, though. I wish that he would say, hey, man, go ahead and fight Tyson Fury and Anthony J. Go ahead and fight him. Just put my name on the contract for the winner. And give me $40 million today. Give me $40 million. And you can have it. Get your $40 million. Let those guys fight and get whatever they get, and then fight the winner. But with your $40 million, you don't have to give anybody else any other paydays. Deontay Wilder should not fight somebody else to earn other people money while he's still looking for his justice and trying to get his belt. And these people will delay. Get your money. Let those guys do whatever they're going to do. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.